guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is CJ and I post makeup videos here on YouTube. Usually I try to post about once a week, but life has sucked. So I think it's been 2 weeks since I posted, but you don't care, so it's all right. So today I'm gonna be doing my updated everyday office job makeup. I filmed this video. It was like one of the first videos I ever filmed like a year ago. And I mean, I still do some of those things, but I've sort of incorporated new techniques, new products and stuff, and so I thought I would do a new updated one. So yeah, these are the products that I use every single day, the steps that I use every single day to last an 8-hour work day, to wear a mask to the grocery store after work, and my makeup holds up pretty flawlessly. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today, and I hope you're excited. This routine usually takes me about 20-25 minutes. So also, okay, I don't have children, so I know that's like usually a huge part of people's makeup routines, like before they go to work, is if they have kids or stuff. But I don't have kids, so this might not be applicable to your lifestyle. Totally fine, or obviously it's totally fine, but yeah, so this process usually takes me 20-25 minutes if I'm watching a YouTube video, which usually I am. And yeah, so it's probably gonna take me longer today because I'm gonna be talking the whole time, but 20-25 minutes isn't bad, I don't think. All right, so let me tie my hair back really quick. All right, so I always start out with, like, after I wash my face and put on like a light moisturizer, I always start out with this Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Skin, or Unscented Sun. It's SPF 50. I saw online that this might not work. So I am not telling you to go buy this, but I'm just telling you this is what I've been using, and I'm gonna be really upset if it doesn't work because my pale ass needs the protection. So I usually put like a decent amount on my fingers and then just rub it into my skin. I've been cleaning all morning, so my fingers smell like bleach. Like I washed them, they smell like bleach. It's terrible. All right, and then that I have found it's best if you kind of just like let it sit in for like a couple of minutes usually, or else your stuff will get really streaky. So we're just gonna sit here in silence for 2 minutes. So also, all of these products, or most of these products, I think there's 2 that are from the drugstore, are very inexpensive in my not rich opinion. So there's that. All right, so a thing I've been doing like recently that has kind of been changing my life is putting a setting spray on before my, I know this isn't revolutionary, I know people do this, but is putting a setting spray on before my foundation and like going in and then putting the foundation on with my beauty sponge like while my face is still wet. So that's what I'm gonna do. And usually I got this like Tarte setting spray out of my BoxyCharm, which I've honestly been using that. That's not drugstore. And I have tried using this Milani Make It Last. It looks the exact same. Like it doesn't really make that huge of a difference. So I'm gonna use this so this video stays mainly drugstore. But first, sorry, I always wear my L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation, and usually I'm in the shade 410, but because it's winter, I live in southern Louisiana, it's like 60 degrees outside, but I am much paler, and also because I don't go outside. And so I've been mixing this with this LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. It's just the white one. I got it when I was like playing with Halloween makeup, so I kind of just mix a little bit of that in there so it like truly matches. And I don't put in that much, like date, you know. All right, and then before I apply it with my damp beauty sponge, my favorite beauty sponge is the e.l.f. Total Face one. It's like the pink spongier one, but my dogs ate it yesterday, so I don't have that. So I'm going to be using the Real Techniques one today. All right, so setting sprays on my face. There's a decent amount and it's still kind of wet, so this is prime time for foundation application. So I'm just going to apply it all over my face with my sponge. And I will say, not only does like doing this help it go, it makes it like go on, in my opinion, so much easier and smoother. And also I do really think it like extends the wear of your makeup, because I was having some issues, like especially like with wearing masks and everything, which you should still be doing. You know, like if you go to the grocery store and you wear a mask, you know, and your makeup's not like super set on your face, then you're gonna see some breakup, and you're gonna see, and it's, I mean, no big deal, you know, it saves lives. So breakage is not that bad. But this I have found does not cause that, like, at all. And if you can tell, I don't really put anything, like, I don't bring the foundation like underneath my eyes or like on my eyelids, because I'm going to touch that with concealer. And you don't want anything like, you don't want to have to layer too many products on your under eye, because that's where it can really show that like you've got a lot of product on. And I mean, if you want to tell people that, that's totally cool. And then always drag it down your neck. All right, so now that my foundation is done, I go in with a concealer. I love the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I use the shade Fair Beige. And I just really, I touch it like right here, on the bridge of my nose, especially because my nose gets so red. And then I go underneath my nose, because some women, I think most women, get, you know, redness right there. And then I just have some spots, and so I'll just touch that on the spots that I do have. And then on my under eyes and my nose especially, I kind of like to let the concealer sit a little bit, just so like the excuse you, Chewy. Sorry, that was my dog. We're not letting her outside a lot today because she keeps getting muddy and she's revolting. But anyway, so I let it kind of sit a little bit on my under eyes and my nose, just because it helps like builds the coverage. I don't know how it like cooks into your skin, I don't know. So I always like start from the bottom upward and just go that way. And I used to not do this. I used to wear an eye primer every single day, but I honestly don't see that much of a difference between this and just using the concealer. So I will kind of like blend the majority of it out and then just like tap the remaining coverage onto my eyelid. And yes, these faces that I'm making are totally necessary, just saying. Okay, I'm sorry. I am trying to keep this video like very drugstore / affordable, but I cannot find my Shop Miss A cream contour stick, which is dope. I'll link it down below. You should totally, it's great and it's $1, but I can't find mine. So today I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Almond. I do really like this formula, and I love the color because it's not super warm. But I will say I contour my nose every damn day of my life because I'm very self-conscious of my nose. If this does not apply to you, don't do it. But I think it looks good, so I kind of like make this little things so my nose, like, I can kind of see the, you know, sides of it better. And I just draw the lines. It's great stuff. And then I just go in and blend it out with my sponge. And with this, like, I know you're supposed to be like super precise, but I'm not, and like it never looks perfect, but you can always, what I do is I always use a powder later, which I'll show you, to kind of clean it up. So okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go into my powder. I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in 05 Fair. I have normal leaning oily skin, so I am someone who I do set my face every single day. If you have dry skin, then maybe you don't need to do that. I will say though, you might want to like just set your under eyes and like maybe around your nose. So I don't technically bake or anything. I don't like let it sit, but I do take like a little bit on the back of my wet sponge and I just kind of tap it like right in there and then kind of bring that down on my nose, and I try to get like right underneath where that cream contour was. And so then I also kind of bake like the bridge of my nose. I know that's kind of weird, but basically I just like bake my entire nose, but I don't let it sit that long. I let it sit like 2 seconds. So I'm just going to tap that there and then on my chin, because as I said, and then I'm just going to go in with this Alamar Cosmetics brush and I'm just going to dust that away like pretty quickly, because I don't want it to sit there and get too cakey, because I don't want to look cakey. All right, and then once I've brushed that away, I just go into like the little bit that's left in the cap. And I take this, what is this? It's a $1 Billion Brushes brush. It's just a powder brush. And I just take a little bit and kind of just like put it everywhere just to set my face. But I don't like setting it too heavily because I feel like that never looks good on me. So I just kind of go in with a light hand with a light amount. But I do want a little bit of powder there because it just helps with the longevity, honestly. All right, so the next thing that I do is I contour my face with like an actual contour shade, not just a bronzer. My favorite, well, the one I've honestly been absolutely loving more than anything I've ever used is this Cotton Contour by Misha. I use the shade Smoked Hazel. I got this off of Yes Style, which if you don't know what that is, It's a website that sells a lot of like Asian beauty brands and stuff. It looks like this. It's very cool toned. So as you know, you should maybe know or not, contour is supposed to be like a shadow. So it's supposed to be super cool toned. If it's warmer tones, then it's a bronzer. And so that's like when the sun hits your face and you're like in the Bahamas, and you're like in the Bahamas or something, and the sun is just radiating off of you. No, this is it makes your cheekbones look sharper and like you have some. So for me, in quarantine and my life being crap and me drinking and eating a lot, these are my cheekbones. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. airbrush stipple brush. I usually use this for cream contour, but I have found that this brush with this is just like a golden combo. So I do my cheekbones, and I always go a little bit above my actual cheekbone just because it makes my face look less round. And I kind of like to stamp it and then blend it. I don't like just blend it because I feel like it gets patchier that way. All right, see, look at that. Look how different that looks. That's crazy, right? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool product. And then I also do this like right around here to kind of get rid of my 4 chins. Again, if you like the structure of your face, you can just go in with bronzer. Like, you can totally skip this step. But I mean, I like the structure of my face, no lie, but like, girl's been eating a lot of pasta, so. All right, and so then I'm just gonna go in with this tinier little Morphe brush. I absolutely hate this brush. It sheds like a mofo, but it's the only one I have in the shape that I like, so I use it. So I'm just gonna tap into that, and I'm gonna go over where I contoured my nose, just because nose contour is very important to me. So I take the time and work on it. And again, I have found like flaring my nose this unattractively really does help you get a better shape. And then if I'm feeling frisky, which I'm not actually going to work today, so I'm going to do it, I always kind of put a little bit under your lip because like it makes it look a little poutier. You know, it's always fun. It's always fun. All right, so then I go with an actual bronzer. So putting this on top of the contour will make your face look a little bit more structured, but then you've got that Bahamas glow on top of it. You know what I mean? It's like faking a face and then a bronze. So I didn't like this at first. I'm not gonna lie. This is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer in 01 Light. For some reason, I don't remember why I didn't like it. I just remember like I tried it and I was like, and then a few months later, I tried it again. I was like, oh, wait, no, this is really good. So I love this stuff. So I'm gonna take this is a Moda Pro bronzer brush. I'm just gonna tap a little bit of it on there. And with this, you can be a little bit sloppier because again, it's just supposed to be like the sun hitting your face and like kind of radiating off of it. So it doesn't have to be as precise as the contour. So I kind of just like blend it in over that. And then what's her face? Alexandra Anil. I watched one of her videos and it was like how to change your face. Oh my god. Okay, this has made the hugest freaking difference and it's so stupid. But you go in with your bronzer, not your contour, and you just kind of like bronze this, like this little part, and it makes your face look skinnier. It's so cool. Like, okay, I'll show you. Which side of my face looks skinnier? This one. Okay, so I'm gonna do that on this side as well. And then I also bring it up onto my temples just to kind of complete it. And I do like, when I go under here with the bronzer, I do like to get it on my ears a little bit just so everything kind of blends together. Okay, so from there on, sometimes like I know people say, oh, use bronzer as like a transition shade, and I do that, but honestly, they're so light, you know, because they're not as pigmented as like an eyeshadow. And so I'll use this just to not have to reach for something, but then it takes me so long to like build it up to where I want it in my crease that like it would have honestly just been quicker to grab an eyeshadow. So that's what I'm gonna do. And one I've been loving is in this Raw Beauty Christie by Pure eyeshadow palette. And I just go into this little Copper Boxes shade with a fluffy brush and I just blend that all into my crease. All right, so I put on like a little bit of winged eyeliner later. So I don't put anything on the lid. I just go in with this one little shade to give my crease a little definition. And then I go on to my lower lash line with that same shade and just blend it out. Okay, so I don't wear blush typically every day. It just depends if I have the time or not. I do enjoy wearing it. Like, I like it more when I do wear it, but some days I'm just like running so late that I don't. But I'm not today because today's my work day, so I'm gonna put it on. This is just the Milani Luminoso. It's like an OG classic for a reason. It's absolutely beautiful. It's nothing intense. It gives your face a nice little healthy sheen. It's great. So I don't put blush like right here because that just enhances the roundness of my cheeks and they don't need that. So I kind of just like put it right up here and then blend it backward. Then I go in with a highlighter, and as I said, one of my favorite highlighters is the Essence Pure Nude one, but that's not really great as an inner corner highlight. So what I've been doing just to save time is using this as my highlighter and my inner corner highlight because it's a little bit brighter. The highlight it gives, it's absolutely beautiful. It could be a little much for some, but what I like to do is I use this like little fluffy like brush. It's not super dense, so it doesn't like pack on stuff. It kind of just like brushes it. So I'll use this for my actual highlighter, and I'll just touch in a little bit and kind of go like right there. And then also what I do, because I do my eyebrows last, just because like I'm running late. I don't have time to like blend everything away from my eyebrows and like, you know, be careful. So I do those last. And so what I do is I just kind of run the highlight through my brows, and that's gonna like lightly place it on my brow bone and above here, which is, I like having a little highlight on both those areas. So I'm gonna do that and just touch it on this cheek. And then I do dab it on my nose because we did contour this nose, so you might as well highlight your effort. You know what I mean? And then I just take a little pencil brush, go back into the same highlight, and just tap it on my inner corner. All right, now something I've been doing, especially this winter, like I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks, but I absolutely love how it looks. And it's something like I'm making myself do every single day just because I love it. Is actually, it's doing a little mini winged eyeliner. And if you've seen any of my old videos, I used to be I'm still kind of terrified of winged eyeliner, no lie, because I'm not that great at it. But I will say, if you do just like a little bitty one, and I don't bring it in all the way, I just do a little enhancement on the outer and then like bring it in kind of to the middle of my eye. I just love how it looks. So that's what I've been doing. And this is not a drugstore brand. I got this out of a BoxyCharm, so that's why I have it. It's by Hank and Henry. It's the Stick With It. I love this thing, but it's expensive. Like, I'm gonna put the prices of everything on the screen so you'll see, but it's not cheap. And what I've heard by Taylor Wynn is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, the waterproof one, is excellent. So unless I get another eyeliner in this month's BoxyCharm, I'm gonna be purchasing that. But so I just kind of, I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to do this on camera because now I'm nervous, but I just kind of do like a little line, and I don't go up or anything. I just follow this little like crevice that I have and go kind of just like straight that way. You know what I mean? And I just make it that small and then just go from like the middle point and just kind of like move the pen to where it like drags. And I kind of like to start it right in the middle of my eye, or like right at the pupil. And then I kind of just go and make the changes that I need to. Okay, so that became a little bit more of like a wing than a mini wing, but that's fine. That's usually how it ends up, just because like I see a piece and I'm like, oh, I need to fix it, and then I just make it bigger. That's okay. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side. I like how they both look. I'll touch them up later if things move. Usually they do. Totally fine. So next I'm just gonna do my eyebrows, just because I would go in with mascara next, but I'm letting that dry before I use an eyelash curler. So next I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. I'm gonna use this LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in Brunette, and I just brush them up like that. And I really need to pluck them, so please do not judge me. And then I just take the little pencil, and I always kind of start like right at the where, like I have sparseness at the bottom, so I always kind of start where the bottom should be and kind of make a line into where there's actual fullness. And then I just start kind of brushing in. And I really don't like to bring too much pigment into like the initial part of my brow, because that can tend to look boxy or just like super fake. So I just basically keep it focused towards the end, and then I'll just brush it through. And then once that's done, I go into this e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have the I have the shade Natural Brown. I actually kind of love this thing because a lot of like the brow setter liquids that I use, they're like way too wet and they just kind of like get everywhere and it's like way too much. This is like a very moussey yet light formula. So I always like suggest starting kind of in the middle towards the end of your brow. Like never start in like the front because it might look a little too heavy. But like definitely do like fluff the front up a little bit because you want it to stay set. But just do that like last. Alright, so next I'm going to go and just curl my eyelashes. This is by Beauty 3. I just got it from CVS, man. But I just curl my eyelashes. And it's okay if it like picks up some of that eyeliner because you can always go back in and retouch it. Usually I have to. Alright, so this is overkill, I know, but lashes are like my biggest thing for me. So I use 3 mascaras, or I use 2 and then an eye primer. And this eye primer, it's not from the drugstore, it's by Blink. I don't know how much it is, but this I will say is my like new holy grail thing because I don't know what's in it, but it keeps my eyelashes curled all day. Like this is my favorite mascara, this Essence Lash Princess one, but it does not keep my lashes curled all day. Adding this to the game does. It's pretty cool. So it's like just this super rubbery, bristly thing. And I don't go in too crazy with it. I just kind of brush it a little bit, especially at the root of the lashes. And then as I mentioned beforehand, then I go in with my Essence Lash Princess. This is just like the Mint False Lash Effect Mascara. It's the mint green one. Alright, and so the last mascara I use is this one by Wet n Wild. It's their Mega Length Mascara. This is just like really good for the lower lashes, especially for someone who has like tiny eyeballs. So it's really easy to like get stuff like everywhere. Because this the brush is just super tiny, super rubbery. And the formula is great. Like it doesn't transfer anything. Alright, we're just going to ignore the mascara on my face. I'll brush it off when it's dry. But, so now that all of that is done, I don't do this every single day. Just like when I feel like I need it. And I kind of feel like I need it today. But I go into this little Park Avenue Princess by Tarte. You can just use like any banana powder or like any pressed skin tone powder to do this. This is like literally the only one I have. And then I kind of mix these two, this yellower one and this pinker one. And I go in with my sponge, just kind of dip into both. And then I'll press it alongside my nose, like right under where I put that contour. I think doing this just makes it look that much more realistic. So, okay, I gotta brush it a little bit because it didn't. Yeah, and then tap it out and who knows, man. It's cool. It's cool. Then I'm gonna go back in with my Milani Make It Last spray. And I spray it on there, and then I go back into my sponge and just kind of tap, especially over places that like tend to crease a little bit. All right, so as I said, this isn't an actual work day for me. It's a Saturday afternoon. What I would do from here on a normal weekday is I would go into my bathroom, my master bathroom, and I would, if I need to like touch up any curls in my hair, I would do that. Put on my deodorant, my perfume, brush my teeth. I don't have to do any of that because I already did all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little paper towel and I'm going to rub my lips because I have foundation all over them. And then what I do that because then it gives me like 10 or so minutes for me like to get dressed and everything. And then I come back in here and I recurl my eyelashes. It's imperative that you don't do this when your eyelashes are still wet from mascara. You like to wait like 10-15 minutes. I used to have like a whole extra eyelash curler in my car, and I would just recurl them like right when I got to work, like in the parking lot. I lost it, so I only have the one. So now that's kind of how I do things. But I'm not just gonna sit here for 15 minutes and wait for that. So instead, I'm gonna go get out of my purse the like little lip thingy that I wear every single day. I'll come back and then we'll finish, and it's gonna be cool. Okay, bye. All right, so I just went into my bathroom. I put some Aquaphor on my lips because I do tend to do that before I leave, just for funsies. But anyway, so that's basically it. I brushed up my eyebrows. I touched up my eyeliner a little bit. This is the lipstick balm that I wear every single day. It's by Milk Makeup. It's in Nug in UG, and it's their Kush lip balm. It's really great. I love it. It's not, I mean, it's a super light nude color. It's nothing too crazy. It gives me a little bit of color, but it basically just looks like my lips but better. So I just put it on like that. and it's great. It's cool. And so my eyelashes have been set for like a little bit, probably a little bit sooner than I should do it, but I'm making mac and cheese and I'm in a hurry. So, and so I go back in with my little eyelash curler and very carefully and gently squeeze back on my eyelashes and then kind of press them up with my fingers. And I'm telling you, for something in this little eyelash primer, my eyelashes are gonna be like this all day. All day. Even when I go to the grocery store, after work, I mean, they're gonna look like this all day. It's actually incredible because my eyelashes never stay up, and it's like the one thing that makes my tiny eyeballs look bigger. So I'm very into it. But yeah, so I'm gonna take my hair down just to give you a nice little full circle moment of how I've started this video. And yeah, that's that. I'm not going to change out of my t-shirt because usually I do wear t-shirts to work because I can. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you really liked it. This is my everyday office job makeup that lasts. Still a little stylish with like the little wing. I love it. It's nothing too much. It's nothing where I look like overly made up or anything. It's nothing where like my boss or coworkers will be like, damn, why you look like that? But you know, yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped you. If there's any other tips to make your makeup last longer, or you know, just random everyday tips that you use, please leave them down below, or I don't know, just say hey. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully this time be in 1 week.